I wanted to go over a few things. First, I'm gonna let's get the bad out of the way first. I want to address a woman who keeps harassing me. A woman that I blocked and opened up a new account. Still harping a month later about the fact that I talked against that clinic that did my cat wrong. I'm not gonna exactly go say what she said. She knows who she is, and I just want to address her because bad came out of it, and some good came out of it, and she knows who she is, and so this is for her. So, one of the things she accused me of was being 98% negative. If you've ever watched my video, 98% of my videos are about makeup. So, and yes, I say negative stuff, and I say positive stuff. So to everyone, including Miss Harasser, this summer just kicked my butt. And I talk about stuff. I vent. That's how I am. People have told me, don't stop talking about, the bad stuff that goes on in your life, because they said it encourages them. Because a lot of times, and as I said recently, things will work itself out, or a miracle will happen and positive will come out of that negative, or just the fact that I survived it, that encourages people. And they told me, please don't stop talking about it. So yes, this summer kicked my butt. Yes, this summer I've talked about negative all summer long, but I've also said it worked itself out, or it worked out to my advantage, or whatever. Someone does me wrong, yeah, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. I'm going to go on Yelp, I'm going to go on TripAdvisor, and I'm going to come on YouTube, and I'm going to call it out. That's the way it is. So, you insulted me and said mean things, Miss Harasser. Let me ask you something, Miss Harasser. What does it say about you that I blocked you, and you took out the trouble to make a new account with the same name and come back at me a month later? So you want to come at me, but what does that say about you? You want to talk about negative. My cat died, and you're still harping on defending the clinic that did my cat wrong, that mistreated my cat before she died. She died, and you are still harping on the fact that I went against the clinic. A month later, open up a whole new account just to come at me. What does that say about you? Telling me, think about this, think about that. Why don't you think about that? Why don't you think about what kind of person you are that you have to come and find a way to get at me a whole freaking month later over a vet or clinic that did my cat wrong? Why don't you think about what does that say about you? And you want to give me advice? Seriously, here's my advice to you. Get a life. Get a life. Because a person who has the time to create new channels to come at people must not have a life. So seriously, you're the one who needs to get a life. Making comments about you prefer animals to people, because I don't even think I read the whole thing. I just blocked you again. Keep making new channels. I'm just going to keep blocking you again. But you prefer animals to people. I doubt they reciprocate. Because anybody who would defend a clinic who mistreated an animal before they died, they cannot be a good pet owner. I'm sorry. You might prefer pets to people, but I doubt they reciprocate. And as far as the chemicals of the cheap makeup I use, namely Wet n Wild, getting into my brain, what's your excuse? So I gave you some stuff to think about. I will thank you for one thing. I finally got what you were trying to say about mental illness and me calling that woman having personality disorder, and that I have a son with mental illness and blah, 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 throwing that in my face. At first, I didn't know what the heck you were talking about, but then I realized what you were saying. So I will thank you, because that made me a better person. And I apologize to anyone that I may have offended with that comment. I have been a victim of people with personality disorder. But here's the thing. A lot of times people with personality disorder don't realize they have it, or refuse to see that they have it. And when they do that, they victimize people. And I have been victimized by people with a personality disorder. One tried to break up my marriage. One caused some real ruckus in my marriage, ruined my Christmas with my family, traumatized my children. So I've been a victim with someone with personality disorder. But here's the thing. There are people who see it. There are people who see the hurt that they cause. And guess what? They get help. They get help. And it made me think, no, that vet did not have a personality disorder. I was wrong for making that comment, and I apologize to anyone that I offended, because it is a mental illness. Here's the thing with that. Some people are just dang bad people. Selfish, bad people. Who only look at how they can get ahead, or they can get their way, or they can step over other people. So they step over other people in the process of just having things their way. And that is a lot of the people in this world, unfortunately. So I apologize again if I offended anyone about the personality disorder. Again, I know someone who has confessed it and is taking, the steps to better herself. So that's the difference with a person with personality disorder. So if I said that, I apologize, but I have been the victim of people who refuse to see it and refuse to get help. They do a lot of damage. But there are people who love their family, love their friends, love everyone else, and they get the help that they need. And also makes them a happier person not to have to live like that. So I apologize for that. But that vet, she's just evil. That's all I can say. There's just evil people in the world who do wrong by other people just so they can get their way. Bottom line. And with that, Ms. Harasser, you need some help. You need some help. Go get it. Keep making channels, keep harassing people, keep trolling people. You're just going to get blocked. It is so easy to block. So this is the last time I will address you. I already blocked you and I muted you, so any comments you make on my channel, no one's going to see them. So you just be talking to yourself. I've muted you as well as blocked you. Keep making new channels, keep coming at me. I'll just keep muting and blocking you, and you'll be talking to yourself. So you want to give advice to me? My advice to you is get a life, get some help. And one last thing to Ms. Harasser. Nobody asked you to watch my channel. If you don't like me, don't watch my channel. That's simple. Problem solved. Alright, enough of that. On to the good stuff.